everybody to the channel. This is the Friday night 8 o'clock split, 15th split for the Daytona 500. I actually ran this race obviously on Friday. By the time this comes out, it's probably going to be either Saturday or Sunday. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. We're going to get right into this now. I'll leave you guys with some qualifying laps, and then yeah, we'll do the play-by-play. Hello everyone, and welcome to iRacing's Daytona 500, a race that pits man against machine. I'm your host AJ from Stevens Motorsports, and like I said, this is the Daytona 500. What you're seeing here is the 15th split, the Friday night race.
My bad on the check up there inside.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring you all the action for the next 3.5 hours. And hopefully we get to see an exciting race today. Track temperature is about as good as it can be at about 78 degrees. These guys should have a fast track for most of the day.
Good luck, everyone, for this 200 laps. I'm just letting everybody know here I'm going to go on green.
Alright, as the pace car prepares to bring him to the line, pace car ducks off. And we are underway in the Great American Race. Looks like the 22 out to a good start with the 15 on the outside. We'll see which lane gets to build up some momentum here and start moving forward.
Check up a little bit.
Looks like right now the inside lane is going to be the preferred, with 22 jumping back out to the front. Everybody seems to kind of be ducking to the inside where they can find a spot and abandoning the outside if possible.
You're clear down at the moment.
4 is getting a little high in turns 3 and 4. Looks like he's going to tuck back in, and everything's going to keep going per normal.
I just saw someone blinked and went in the air.
15 leads him across the stripe at the first lap.
That did just happen.
I'm scared.
Now this is one of those races where drafting is key. If you do not have the draft, you will be going backwards in a hurry. get too far behind, and the lead pack owns it. So you're going to see a lot of bunched up pack racing all day. Guys trying to stay on the lead lap, make up laps, or just hold on for the lucky dog.
Oh, I thought you were still following me. I was saying, try and keep within distance, but at the same time have plenty of space in case something goes wrong.
Looks like the outside's got a good run coming off of 4.
28 said something. Didn't hear what he said.
I just found it in a command, so.
Everybody ducking from the outside to the inside now. Oh, we got somebody blinking up there, which is never a good sign for these drivers. You never know where the person's going to disappear and reappear.
Grip already have split.
Looks like the lead pack's starting to pull away from the pack behind him now.
High line. Just try and let her go around.
Still got a few cars trying to use that top lane, but I don't know if it's really going to pay off right now. Seems like the inside's got a pretty good steamroller going along the bottom. Almost 5 laps in though, and it seems like everybody's got a pretty decent pecking order to get this thing rolling. Hopefully we can go for a while caution free and not have any major hiccups right off the bat. Ooh, almost going 3 wide through the tri-oval. And everybody tucks back in line. Looks like it's a good mixture of cars up front. Nothing specifically one brand. You know, we've pretty much got them all in the top 10. 4 keeps looking like he's looking for a way around the whole group, but he's got nowhere to go. Oop, getting down below the apron now. Brings it back up, tucks back in line. What's very interesting about Daytona here is you can run the outside line if you can get enough cars, and the outside line will wind up being faster in the long run. Looks like we got a few joining them up top now, so we got about 5 cars on the top. See if we can't make this move forward and get around the bigger group. The 11 is just pushing on that Carvana Chevy right there. Everything is steady as she goes as we watch currently. Looks like both lines are actually holding together pretty well for not really being able to side draft in these cars. As you get alongside of them, they tend to kind of bleed speed off and things start to separate out. So you don't want to get too close, or otherwise you find yourself at the back, even if you have a good line.
Have we already lost the pack up there?
11's getting really close to the 27's rear bumper on and off. I don't know if he'll be able to sustain that kind of bump drafting. Looks like the 12's starting to lose the lead group.
So let us lose the pack now.
Yeah, it looks like he found a spot at the tail end there. So it looks like the bottom line is going to be the preferred line here for a little bit, as the top three and the top line are getting left out to dry.
I'm doing my best to keep it straight. I'm just trying to make sure I don't freaking turn the test.
Yeah, it looks like we got 4 back up in the top line again.
Within the second pack, you want me?
It looks like they're slowly starting to gain on the leaders. Could a 4-car pack be the way to go around Daytona today? Doesn't really seem like the bottom line keeps pulling away. It looks like they're checking up on and off, which isn't a good thing.
Following you, 19, if you go.
Well, the thing is, I know we can, but the problem is the freaking
Leaders coming up on a lap car already.
You can't pick a line on the back stretch.
Looks like the lapper's going to hold on the apron. Ooh, getting dicey as we're going around lap traffic. Everybody seems to clear, though, and start to duck back in line.
Job getting around the lap car, guys.
16, you have got the line.
Running smooth at the moment. Out of 3 and 4 and back into the tri-oval. Everything is tight from first all the way back to, it looks about 15th or so. And then you've got a couple of seconds back to a second group.
Cars you have right now?
And then behind them, another big group about like the first. Oh, and we got a wreck in 3 and 4. Looks like the 11, the 20, the 23, the 29. Can't tell who else was involved.
Checking up.
But let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can figure out what happened here.
Now, but we're slow at the front stretch.
The 11 gets a little sideways, gets down into the bottom groove, spins them, comes back down, takes out 3 or 4 other guys. Luckily, there was enough of a gap everybody behind them could check up and come clear. We're going to go on board from behind the 12. Yeah, the 11 just comes down and it kind of causes a chain reaction here.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was close too.
Checking up.
Now the question is do we see anybody come to pit road this early? We're only 13 laps in.
A lot of time back there just riding around.
Maybe for fuel. I don't think for tires yet.
Yeah, 10-4. I was noticing that too. Very easy to lose the draft in these cars. Yeah, I don't like sitting there fighting the whole race, 200 laps, just trying to catch up.
Looks like a good chunk of the leaders are going to come in, most likely just to top off for fuel in case of a long run. Around here, the tires don't seem to burn off as fast, but when they do, it tends to be the inside tires, so you might see a couple of guys take 2, but I don't really think so.
Hey, 29, can you not drive down the center of the fucking pit road at 45 miles an hour?
Looks like the 15 leads him off pit road. We'll get these guys bunched back up and kickstart this back off again.
So what exactly happened that caused the caution? Guy on the outside got loose off the top and came down on the inside lane and tagged the second place car. Alright.
Hey, 19, you're on the outside.
Okay, what's going on up here? Oh.
Alright, it looks like we've got them re-racked here and gonna get ready to go green as soon as we get out of 3 and 4.
Thanks, Luca, you have to back off till you are at the end of the leader pack.
Yeah, 6, try to get to the apron. You're going to the back of the line.
If the black box tells you people are needing to get around and get to the fucking apron, don't sit in the center of the track. Or on the outside where somewhere go.
Alright, pace car should be ducking off any second here and we can get this race rolling again. Pace car is off. And we're green. 28 to the outside, pushing 3 wide right off the bat.
What the fuck, we 3 wide already. Swear to God, you guys fucking made it up.
And just like that, we're back under caution. Somebody probably not paying attention on the restart, but let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened.
That wasn't necessary.
Looks like the 8 checked up, moved upward into the 23, and they just came around. Take a look at this from a different angle here. On board with the 34. Oh, and he just puts it right into the wall trying to avoid that wreck. We'll get him re-racked here again
Checking
and
the replay. I'm
get ready to
seeing
do
the cause
another
that I'm
restart.
fucking taking you out. I will happily serve the suspension for that. iRacing.
28, there is no need to force a 3 wide at the start like that.
Well, I'm more curious on what the fuck we were wrecking for 30th. We weren't even to the start-finish line yet.
Oh, was he ever hit me in the back?
Yeah, I got bumped on the restart there, but I don't know why he bumped me.
Because ahead of me, I know I couldn't have put full gear, full throttle in because they weren't even.
I got cars outside of me. I got a car in front of me. I ain't running them with the guy in front of me.
Looked like someone in the outside lane missed a gear or something.
Or did not even went in back into second gear. Give me room, I need to fix my stream deck.
Now this is one of the more fun events in iRacing as a whole, and this kind of kicks off a lot of the special events. I mean, yes, we had the Daytona 24 a few weeks ago, 12-hour Bathurst about 2 weeks ago, and now this, but this draws in quite a bit. This split, I think, had almost 1,500 drivers that entered this race, so you know, varying degrees of splits, so they're usually pretty close with as many people that sign up for the events.
Second place would be 10. Just self-fucking.
This being an open split, it does mean you have to come up with your own setup. You cannot use well, I mean, you can use iRacing, but it's probably not going to be as good as if you spent days testing and tweaking and everything like that. A lot of these guys put in a lot of time in the week leading up, spend a lot of time racing some of the actual NASCAR series stuff to build their setups, because at least most of them you can get an idea of how long your runs are going to be, which about 35 to 40 laps, and you start to see fuel start to go. Tires, like I say, seem to last quite a long time, but fuel definitely you're only going to get about 40 laps. If you're drafting, if you're leading, you're probably going to get less. Something to keep in mind if you're competing in one of these races. All right, it looks like they're splitting into left and right columns, so it looks like we're going to go green here in just another lap.
Happening though. I didn't get one. Okay.
Looks like the one car is going to lead us to the line with the 15 on the outside.
No, I wasn't. But because of the lucky dog that was having to come around, and it took so long for people to get around to the pace car, I couldn't pit because it was showing let the so-and-so by. And if I would have pitted, I would have gotten the black flag for passing in the yellow.
Ah. Alrighty, no 3 wide at the start, please.
I'll be in the middle.
So that means 4 wide. Got it.
11 to go.
All right, pace car should be about ready to duck on off here, and we'll get back rolling.
God, I fucking hate this shit.
And we are back green flag racing here at Daytona. Looks like a clean restart this time.
Once again, I had to live on the restart.
Oh, and the 23 is around again. It looks like the 8 down low. Let's see what happened here. 8 goes to swing around. And he just turns down on the front of him. Oh, and that was a hard hit. That looked like retaliation from the last restart. So we'll stack the field up once again and try to restart this thing at only 20 laps in. Should be about one more lap around here, and we should be getting ready to go green after the pace car takes the, or gets to the line. If this is something that you guys are enjoying, though, please let me know. I would like to get another person on this with me. I think it'd be kind of fun to do a race like this, you know, where it's already been ran and we're gonna record audio. I think this is kind of cool. Gives it that NASCAR Mike Joy with a side announcer deal. I think it'd be kind of fun. Or even get, you know, 2 or 3 guys that were in the race together to come by, or, you know, do audio, whether it's over Teams or something like that. I think it'd be kind of neat. Gives us more mortal racers something to kind of group together with, since the top split does get, you know, televised. All right, one more lap around here and we should be going green again. Hopefully we can get a nice green flag run after this. Otherwise, we're going to start calling this iPacing instead of iRacing. Also, for anybody else who stayed on this long to watch the race, I pose you a question. What is a fig Newton? And any of you who have seen the videos will know exactly what I'm talking about. You should leave your comments below and tag the person who was in it. And we're back underway. Looks like the one car's got a nice lead over the outside lane. Looks like everything's going to be clean at the moment. Good restart so far. Looks like we're starting to see some people towards the front that we haven't seen yet. Maybe it's tires starting to fall off, although we're only 24 laps in, and about a quarter of this has been nothing but caution laps. Looks like everybody's pretty much abandoned the outside limit so far. Except for, looks like the 32 to the outside. .28 down and around the 32. And 32 is going to tuck in line here. Looks like we're slowly starting to get the front pack breaking away early. Starting to get a little separation back there after about 10th or so. Maybe 15th. Got a lap car to the outside. Hopefully everybody can clear them here really quick without any issue. Looks like the lapper's going to stay right out of the way for everybody nice and clean. Oh, we've got a car around. Looks like the number 30. But it looks like we're going to stay green here. Tracking smoothly down through 3 and 4. Looks like the 32 trying to look around the 12 down there. Still rolling green. 12 looking a little high coming through the corner there, but so far everything going well. Looks like the top group of about the top 20 cars is starting to pull away from a smaller pack. We're getting some separation here in the middle at about 10th. Everybody seems to want to stay single file so far. Looks like they're trying to get a second lane going around the outside, going into 3 and 4. See if some other cars join them. Too wide coming to the start-finish line. Getting a small line forming up there. Nothing major yet, though. Looks like the top two are starting to break away a little bit here. These guys better get back in line if they're going to keep them in sight. We got a couple dropping back down to the bottom. One below the apron on the back stretch. Looks like the 2. Oh, we got one around right on the front stretch coming to the tri-oval. Looks like the 26 went spinning around. And caution is out. Let's go take a look and see if we can't see what happened here. This looks like the 26 moves up into the 31 and just nowhere to go and spins right on around. He keeps it out of the wall. So that'll let everybody bunch back up and we'll re-rack them again. Looks like everybody's coming down pit road. More than likely, we're going to see tires. We're going to see fuel. Even though it is a little early, 31 laps. Probably would be best to get tires at this point. Alright, we're coming back out. Looks like most people just took fuel, possibly. We'll see how everybody kind of shakes out as we bring this on around and get back in line behind the pace car. One thing interesting to note, especially in this type of racing, or at least with these cars at Daytona, if you're doing yellow flag pitting and you want to get track position, you're probably safe to go ahead and do just fuel or fuel and say left sides or right sides. But when it comes to green flag stops and you've got to get out under power, your best friend is to get 4 tires, because when you roll out off of the line and get back onto the track, it's going to be slick. You're not really going to be able to drive forward like you want to, and you're going to have to take that corner on the flat coming out of 1 and 2. You're not going to be able to put the power to the ground. All right, it looks like we're getting back in order to go back green flag racing here in just a minute. You do see some interesting paint jobs out there today. I'm pretty sure I just saw SpongeBob and thought I saw Jim Neighbors on the back of another car. Jim Neighbors, of course, being the mechanic in the movie Stroker Ace. Or Gomer Pyle, USMC. Looks like the pace car is getting ready to duck off, and we'll be back green flag racing. Got the 4 leading them to the line with the 32 on the outside. Green flag, here we go. So far, a clean restart. Although it looks like there's a few jumping between top and bottom. Most everybody trying to move towards the bottom here. Got a long line on the bottom with a few scattered cars outside. Looks like we're going to have a clean first lap as the 4 brings them around to the start-finish line. Everything running clean in 2x2s. Looks like the top line's starting to fill in. See if maybe the top line can get a run around the outside. $15 closing on the 1 quick. Oh! Looks like we've got a car spinning out of control and coming out of 4. So we're looking at the 36, dives below the apron, slides back up, goes around and up into traffic. We'll get a look from the 12's vantage point here. He's checking up. Gonna look. Oh, and he collects into the 20. Looks like that took about 6 to 8 cars. Maybe we're not gonna. Oh, nope, there's the caution. There's the pace car coming out. Looked like it might have stayed green there for a little bit longer than anticipated. Time to bunch them back up and get this thing going here again shortly. And this caution brought to you by Trading Paints. Because as you just saw in the last turn, that's what we're doing out here today. Take a ride on board with the 14 for a minute. It's very interesting how these next-gen cars are built when you look at the roll cage, especially from the inside. There's a lot more bars and it just looks like overall stiffness. in the car, so I'm not surprised by some of the things that actual NASCAR drivers are saying. When they hit the wall, it feels like they hit a wall, or the concussions and stuff like that. Looks like the 12 coming down after that accident here on the last lap. It looked like about a handful of other cars coming with him too. 4 cars still leads, followed by the 22, the 24, and the 11. Now, this is one of those iRacing events that you can wind up, gaining quite a bit of I rating as well as quite a bit of safety rating, regardless of kind of how many incident points you get within reason. Just because of the fact that you're spinning 200 laps and there's 4 corners. So something to keep in mind. While this does look like a long race, it's pretty fun. As long as you've got radio and stuff like that, it's also a gas to talk with the rest of the guys here and kind of come up with strategy and just like they do it in NASCAR. I mean, if you're top split, the chances of you probably doing that, I don't think they're as high, but you can at least still have some fun in top split, still get strategy, but you may have a spotter or something like that. I was supposed to have a spotter today for this, but sadly he had an emergency and was unable to make it due to a passing of a friend. Looks like we got a few more cars, maybe lap cars, coming down onto pit road. But it looks like we're going to get this restacked and get ready to go again once the pace car comes around. Alright, pace car should be ducking off here in just a second as we come through 3 and 4. Looks like we're going to have the 4 and the 22 bring us to the line here. Pace car is off. And we are back under green. Looks like a clean restart so far. Got the 19 jockeying around down the bottom. 2 cars up high up front. We'll see how that helps them out. Get up to speed here. 4 and 22 lead the way, with the 22 giving the 4 a big push. Looks like they're trying to break away from the pack all on their own. They might do it with these guys swaying back and forth and close to each other like this, just because it's going to slow down the pack behind them. 24 looks like he's caught the 22 and hot on his heels. Getting a little space in the middle down low, which may cause the leaders to break away. Looks like everybody's starting to kind of abandon that top line and drop to the bottom and see if they can't get the bottom moving, or at least catch the leaders that are starting to break away. On board with the 11 now. Looks like he's going to try and swing up and around the 5. It doesn't look like he's got the run. Back in line he goes. Just a long line of cars doing about 190. Looks like everything's still running smooth going down the back stretch. 2 wide coming through 3 and 4. 4 leading coming to the line. Still running clean and steady. Don't see anybody really trying to make any big moves right now. Almost 45 laps in. .45 laps, and the 4 continues to lead the Great American Race. Oh, we got looks like a lap car up high. Everybody kind of clears it pretty quickly. Looks like we're starting to maybe see a breakaway of a lead pack to a secondary pack finally. Three wide down through 3 and 4. Still 3 wide. Looks like they're going to kind of pull ahead and maybe drop back to 2. Looks like it's starting to kind of allow that second pack to close back in. And you've got a very distant small pack back there. Looks like the 4's kind of giving up his stranglehold on the lead, and we've got the 22 back up front, followed by the 24 and the 14. It is a bit early to be jockeying, trying to get the lead to stay out in front, just because you've got about 150 laps to go, which is a long time. .48 laps complete now. 22 continues to lead. Starting to see a little bit of stretch across the whole field. I don't think enough that it's going to cause a break in draftability and guys moving forward yet. Force swaying top to bottom going down the backstretch. Three wide down through turn 2. And back down to 2 wide. Whoa, we got one below the apron. Looks like the 14 down below, and he's backing out. Looks like he's going to try to drop back and find a spot at the end of the line, it looks like. Now it looks like we might have the 27 just bring us to the line there, followed by the 32. Everybody running the low line. Still running clear here at 51 laps in. Looks like now we're starting to see some more separation through the middle. We're under caution. Oh, it looks like the 2 tapped the 31 and sent him around, and looks like he caught 2 other people in it with him. Let's take another look here from a different angle. This from the angle of 29. 11 just narrowly makes it out. Tough break for the 2 and the 20. So we'll bunch them back up. I suspect we'll see some guys come in for tires, fuel, the works. Because at this point, I'm sure a few guys have 50 laps on their tires, whereas some have only maybe 20 laps. But it still wouldn't hurt now that you're getting into the stretch. We get 2 cars crashed under caution. Looks like a 37 and the 20. And this is what happens when you don't pay attention under caution. Looks like everybody coming to pit road. And I mean everybody, except for obviously lappers, which have to stay out until the next cycle. Most everybody coming off a pit road clean. We'll see where everybody stacks up once we get everybody lined back up and see who gained and who lost. Looks like we've got our lap cars and our lucky dog coming down the pit lane now. While they're doing that, we'll probably be splitting back off into 2 lanes to get this thing ready to go green again. Which to me is kind of a problem with iRacing, because now it's making it tougher for lap cars to get relined back up after a caution, causing black flags that don't necessarily need to be there, but I guess that's a conversation for the developers. So it looks like the 1 and the 27 are going to lead us to the line again. Looks like the 30, the 28, and the 12 made some big progress down on pit lane. Not sure if they just took fuel or tires as well. Alright, pace car should be about ready to duck off. And we are underway yet again. 28 already looking to try to get a line up the inside. Looks like we've got a clean restart though. 30 dropping to the bottom right in front of the 12. Most of the line is going to stay to the bottom, as we've seen all day. Big run here by the 19 on the outside. So far, caution free on the 55th lap, 56th lap. One and 22 lead the way. Looks like followed by the 36. Well, looks like they're coming back on the outside. 4 is looking for anything he can find, it looks like. Almost gets into the 19 in the wall back there. .32 pushing the 19 in a big, big way. Looks like we might start to see some separation here soon. Some people start to lose the draft. And 32 is just hanging out there trying to keep up with side draft. I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him. Looks like the top 4 are starting to break away now. Looks like we're starting to see couple of small 4-packs forming 1 through 4, 4th or 5th through 8. 4 to the outside by himself. Not sure what he thought he was going to try there, but without a drafting partner, you're really going nowhere. 4 back to the outside by himself, but it looks like he's got a run this time. But it looks like he's going to tuck back in. 19 just kind of in the middle of everything here. Whoa, 19 shoots off to the bottom. Looks like he's trying to bring her back up nice and easy. .30 and the 12 going around the 19, who's on the high side. But it looks like our leaders are starting to break away here. Going around some lap traffic that's staying nice and high for everybody. Got a couple more lap cars for the leaders to pass. Leaders are starting to clear the 2 lappers up high. And we stay green here at Daytona at 61 laps. On board now with the 36. I'm surprised the 36 is where he's at after that crash he had earlier. Four keeps looking by himself, which I don't know why. He can't really go anywhere. Second group is passing the 2 lap cars finally. It looks like the second group is starting to lose touch with the leaders. Looks like they've got about a 5-second lead over. It looks like 10th or so, maybe a little bit further back. .32 swinging out by himself. Looks like he's going to try and get some magic happening there across the start-finish line. Back down into 2 and 3. 4 swung out by himself again. Looks like he's got a run on the 15 at the back there, but just can't quite get it done. It'll drop back to the bottom. Second pack is starting to disintegrate a little bit. Looks like they're trying to shift some things up, see if they can't catch the leaders. .64 laps in the book, and we are still rolling green. Looks like the second pack is just not forming a good enough line to get a run at the leaders. Leaders continue to pull away from this pack. .12 swinging up high and then back down. Real close racing in the second pack, but they need to get moving forward if they have any chance of catching the leaders right now. .66 laps complete here at Daytona. The leaders got to have a good 10-second lead over this pack currently. A lot of weaving down through the corners and on the straightaways, which isn't going to help this pack catch the front pack at all. .12 says to heck with this. He dropped back to the bottom to see if they can't get this line rolling some more. 7 falls in line as well. Meanwhile, the leader's out in front, clean air and pulling away. Everything running clean so far. I don't see too many people trying to pull off crazy moves so far. About 68 laps in. No need to get dicey yet. Leaders continue in a straight line without anybody high or, out of the way. They've definitely pulled out even further on the second pack behind them. Looks like the 32's trying to maybe take a run at the 22 again. Seems awfully early to me. It's 70 laps, and I think so far this is about the longest green flag run we've seen yet. The leaders are checking out right now. If I had to guess, there's probably a good 15-second gap back to that second group. Who knows, maybe this will go long enough. We might actually see some green flag pit stops. On board with the 32. These leaders are definitely getting it done here today in this stint. Just racking up a massive gap on the second group. Almost 74 laps here, and it almost looks like the top three might try to take off a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of a gap there at the front. It does look like the back three of this group are slowly starting to drop off. They still hold a commanding lead on the guys in the second group. .75 at the stripe. I would think we'd be starting to look at green flag stops somewhere around the 85 to 90 lap mark here, so I'm sure that these guys are starting to get a plan together as to what they're going to do should this stay caution-free. The question is, do we see it go caution-free from here on out? My guess, probably not. This is Daytona and anything can happen. Like a random lapper just appearing. .29 around on the backstretch, it looks like. Looks like we're going to stay green. As long as he can get that thing fired, get it back going. Looks like the leaders are going to pass him here. So far, we are still green here at Daytona. It's 76 laps in. Looks like the one is coming down to pit lane. Maybe an early pit strategy for him, I don't know, but seems awfully early by my calculations. So now it looks like that's caused a little bit of a split with the front group. Got the 22 by himself, 4 up front, but it looks like the 22 is catching the front 4. And then you've got the back 4 who are kind of split up and going backwards, to say the least. Looks like the second group here, which is, I don't know, about 15 to 20 seconds down to the lead group, kind of dwindled a little bit in the last 10 laps or so. Seems to be a few less of them. Not sure what happened there. And we got the SpongeBob car and the Jim Neighbors car running right in front of each other. .78 laps in the books. We're still green. I have a feeling we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here real soon. Looks like 2 of them are going to split up high, see if they can't shake up this group and catch the next ones up in front of them. And everybody falls back in line in the second group. Actually, looks like it might be the third group now, as the front group is split into 2. So SpongeBob leads him down the backstretch with Jim Neighbors in tow, followed by the Mountain Dew car, the American flag car, and the number 7. Looks like a Toyota leads a Ford freight train with a couple of Chevys at the back. This group needs to tighten up if they want to get moving forward. I know I keep saying it sounds like a broken record, but it just doesn't seem like they're going fast enough. .33 slides out of the way. Looks like he's going to drop to the end of the line. We are all back in tow here again. Looks like this group has almost gotten to be about a half a lap down at this point. Looks like the leaders are going to close in on 3 smaller groups a little bit further back, which the lead group looks to be a bigger set. I would not be surprised to start seeing them lap the field under green, unless they decide to, pit early at this point, as we're about 83 laps into this 200 lap race. This is definitely the longest green flag stretch we've had today. Coming to the line, 84 laps to go. Or 84 laps in, I should say, not to go. Should be about 5 laps, and then we should start seeing cars starting to pit at that point. And depending on where you're at in the draft, you may have enough fuel, you may not. Been about 40 laps since our last caution, so I would expect people to come in and get fuel and 4 fresh tires. It's getting very spread out around this Daytona Speedway track. Looks like track temp is staying right where we would expect it to, about 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't expect any major changes in tires, from start to finish, unless for whatever reason the track temp starts to cool off a little bit here. Looks like we got a little bit of a breakaway on this. I guess I'd call it the third group at this point. Looks like the top 2 are pushing actually quite well with each other in this group. And back to the lead group. 27 leads with a 5 just pushing. Looks like they're starting to come into some lap cars here with a 37. Looks like the lapper's going to stay low, but we've got 2 others right out in front of them. Leaders are just going to take it right around the high side here. 16 is going to be right in the leader's way. They're going to just snake it through barely. And now it looks like the 27, the 5, and the 28 have split away from 4th, 5th, and 6th. 32's trying to make a hole around the 34, but he can't. "87 laps at the line." Or I'm sorry, 89 laps at the line. It looks like that second/third group is splintered apart just a little bit. Everybody fighting to get around the lappers. Should have 90 laps at the line here. On board with the 32. Looks like now we're forming two separate lines in this group, which I'm not really sure why. They're all fighting by themselves. Lap car up high. 30's gonna get kind of stuck by him, but it looks like he's gonna clear him and go down low. Oh, nope, he's gonna stay high. Still running green here at Daytona. 91 laps in the book. About to be 92. Should start to see our first set of pit stops here any lap, I would think. Oh, there's smoke. On board with the 33, it looks like here, P14. We do have a couple of cars coming out of the pit, so it looks like maybe the first set of stops are starting here. Oh, and here's a huge group. 2 off into the tri-oval area. 3 off. Look like 2 of them were the leaders. We're still green. Looks like we've got... Well, looks like 4 are going to peel off and go down pit road. Well, and the 33's around on pit road. Looks like we've got a lead change up front as we're starting to cycle through pit stops. We've got the 10 out front with the 7 in second and the 24 in third. Keep in mind they have not pitted yet, so we'll more than likely see them come in this lap and the lead start to change again. And we've got the top 4, it looks like, peeling off and coming down to pit road. Looks like clean pit entrance for him. Looks like another lead change. Looks like the 28 is going to be your leader with 22 in second and 25, it looks like, in third. Oh, we got one around. Looks like the 4 sliding up into the wall almost. Not really sure what happened. Looks like that's going to bring out the caution here on lap 94, right in the middle of pit stops. Let's go back here and take a look and see what happened to the number 4. So, looks like the 4 was coming out of the pits. Maybe he's coming out a little too hot. Looks like he clipped the corner, caused him to kick sideways, get into the 27 twice, and then slide up the track. And that's what cold tires at Daytona can do. Alright, it looks like we're going to get this restacked and ready to go here. I don't know if we'll see anybody come in on this caution just due to the fact that we were kind of in some green flag stops already, so we'll see what happens here as they come around to the pit entrance. Looks like we might have a couple of takers here. Looks like the 22. I can't quite tell who else is following him in. Looks like the 37. Looks like maybe the 25 got the lucky dog on that one. Looks like we got a few more coming down pit road just before we get this all reset up here. Looks like the 28 and the 32 are going to bring him to the line for the restart. Looks like he's had a good car most of the day. We'll see if he can keep it up front. Along with the 32. 32's been up front quite a bit today. Surprised to see the 36 still back up there after his crash earlier in the day. Looks like the track temperature's kind of dropped off just a little bit, so we'll see how that can come into play as we get later in the day here. Looks like the field's bunched up. Pace car's off. And we are back under green here at the Daytona 500. .28 out to a solid lead with the 36 pushing. Looks like 32 is going to drop in line, and that inside line is going to pick up once again. Inside lane is just like a freight train right now leaving the outside cars. .99 laps in the book, and we are now almost halfway. And now you got to start thinking, who is going to be my partner to the end here? .12 car having a decent run at the moment. Looks like he's sitting about 11th place. .14's dropped back quite a bit since that inside line took over and started rolling forward. Hopefully he can get it tucked back in and start working his way back towards the front. And we are halfway officially here at the Great American Race. On board with the 14 now. The one after that early pit stop seems to have dropped back quite a bit. Looks like he's looking to make a move, though. Two cars below the apron. Looks like the 4 and the 20. 4 makes it back in line clean. Oh, and he hooks the 6 and around they go. Looks like that's going to bring the caution out, possibly. And we are under caution again. Not sure what the 4 car was thinking there. It looks like he just kind of tried to come back in line and hope he didn't collect anybody, but he spun the 6 car in the process. So now we'll go ahead and get everybody back in line and try this again. So for anybody watching at this point, what's your strategy look like? What do you do in this instance? Do you, are you trying to find a drafting partner at this point? Are we trying to, move more towards the front so we're there at the end? Or do we just kind of hang back and ride and see what the race takes us? Give me your thoughts in the comments. Couple of takers to pit road. Looks like the 7, the 3, the 33, the 26. I saw the 12. It's about half the field. Looks like it's coming back down. Probably just to top off with fuel in case of a long run again. The 28 still leads them. Looks like we're coming off a pit road to rejoin the leaders. Looks like some lap cars ducking off into the pits now. We'll get everybody back in line. Looks like we're going to go green this next time around here. 22 and 36 are going to be leading to the line, followed by the 22. Can't tell what number that car is up top. Car should be ducking off here in just a second as we get ready to head towards green. go. Back under green. Looks like we've got the 32 pushing the 28 pretty good. And it looks like that bottom line is going to start stacking up yet again. Clean restart so far as we head down the backstretch. Bottom line getting a nice run on the top. Looks like about 6 cars hanging out that top line. We'll see if they can get it going here. Starting to get a few more added to that top group. Come down into 1 and 2. Looks like we're seeing cars start to bail out of that top line. Looks like the 12's looking for a spot to get down. There's just nowhere to go. On board with the 12 now. Coming out of 2. And on to the backstretch we go. "12" getting a big push from the 7. And it looks like the lead pack is starting to break away. Starting to get some separation back there after about 15th or so. It looks like the 3 cars on the top are making a run for the outside. See if they can get something going down the backstretch and catch up to the leaders. Looks like leaders are starting to pull away again. Lap car on the bottom side. Looks like traffic's going to clear it. Twelve's got a nice run coming down into 1 and 2. Looks like the 32 is going to slide up. We'll see if that helps that outside lane at all. Yep, it looks like it's going to pull that outside lane forward just a bit. 32 looks like it's gone to the lead with the 12 in tow. So now it's 32, the 12, the 7, the 15, and it looks like the 22 is almost going to clear the 28. 32 and the 12 drop to the bottom here. And it looks like they hung the 22 out to dry. Oh! 7 down to the inside. Keeps her out of the racing line, so it looks like we may stay green here. No caution yet. Looks like we're going to stay green and keep on going. A little bit of shuffling back and forth as we go down the back stretch. Got 3 cars to the high line there. Don't think they have enough to make a run push in front quite yet. Three cars to the outside making a heck of a run towards the front now. See if they've got enough steam coming off of 2 to pass the rest of the group. Outside's coming a little bit faster. I don't know if they're going to have enough here. They definitely have the run. Looks like the 5 is to the lead from the outside. So something we haven't really seen all day. The outside line prevails and takes the lead with a big run off the field. And the 32 and the 12 go from first and second to fourth and fifth. Now, can the top 6 break away here? Looks like they're starting to open up a little bit of a gap as we go through 3 and 4. Looks like a 1 car trying to get something started back on the outside again. But he tucks back in behind the 10. Last car on the high side as we come through 1 and 2. And down onto the back stretch. So far in the Great American Race at 100 and almost 15 laps in. 12 to the high side looking for a push from the 15. Looks like he's just going to wind up going backwards here. And now the 12 all alone out on the outside. With nowhere to slide in, 22 is going to close up that hole, and he's going to shuffle all the way back without help. And the 15 just hanging out to dry right now. Hoping for somebody else to join him on the high side, but it doesn't look like any takers so far. Looks like the top 10 to 15 are starting to stretch back out again. We may see different packs starting to form as things start to break apart here. Looks like the 12 and the 15 found a spot right at the end of this whole line. I'd almost say, judging by the colors of the cars, it's SpongeBob and Squidward out there in the 33 and the 36. Or I'm sorry, SpongeBob and Patrick Star. 5 continues to lead with a 3 in tow here at Daytona. Another lap car high and out of the way as the leaders come off a 2. I'm surprised after this many laps that the top 15 is actually as tight as it is. Back down into 1 and 2. Looks like more lap traffic to the high side. They're going to get out of the way so the leaders can clear, and away they go. Laps complete here at Daytona, excuse me. The leaders just keep pressing on. Looks like the top 8 might start to break away here. As it looks like about the 22 car on back, it's starting to separate just a little bit unless they can keep these leaders fairly close. Looks like the leaders are going to start closing in on a couple more lap cars here in just a minute. So there's lappers going into 3 and 4. Kind of surprised it's taken them this long to close in on a couple of lead cars in front. That is one large pack for this long of a run so far. If we stay green, my guess is pit stops start about 1:30, 1:35. So keep an eye on that as we get closer. Looks like the leaders are closing in on the 6 car as they make their way down into 3 and 4. So hopefully he'll pick a lane and stay there so these guys can get by. Looks like the 6 is going to go high and let the leaders take the bottom. Looks now maybe we might finally have a breakaway of the top 8 or so. But it looks like that second group is starting to close back in again. I would say I'm surprised by nobody really starting to try to pass. We're still about 75 laps from the end. Might be too early to try to get something going right now. Oh, one below the yellow line back there. Looks like the 26 possibly. But he gets back in line. Down to 1 and 2. Looks like the lap car may stay to the high groove and give the leaders the lower line. .127 laps complete here at the Daytona 500 as the lead group continues to pull away from everyone else. We might see some guys go to pit road there for a second with as low as they were dipping below the line. But we stay green and everyone stays out. Starting to squeak in on lap 130 here shortly. Will we see green flag pit stops or will we catch a caution before then? So far, so clean. It looks like we've got 5 or 6 cars that have fallen off of this lead pack here. Looks like that pack that was broke off from the back is kind of caught up a little bit. Still kind of stretched out through 1 and 2 though. All green through lap 133, back down into 1 and 2. I would suspect we'd see some pit stops here shortly. We're going to get about 37-ish laps on the tank of fuel, and I'm sure the leader, who's been out front for quite some time, is burning more than the rest of the field. Looks like we're starting to catch some more lap traffic We're going to peel off the apron and stay out of the way here for the leaders. Hundred 35 laps complete as we take another trip around Daytona International Speedway here. Looks like we're closing in on the lap car of the 19. Looks like the 19 is going to stay out of the way and let the leaders fight it out as we continue around the track. Looks like we've got about 8 cars peeling off for the first set of green flag pit stops. Do we see the rest of the leaders come to pit road this time by? No takers on this one as we're on board with the 30. Looks like the leaders have all tied together as we're going around for 1 and 2. Ten's peeled off to pit on his own. Interesting strategy here. Leaders looks like it's starting to catch the group that peeled off early from what I could just tell that shot. Yep, we see the 12 at the back of that. So my guess is we either see the leaders come in now or they stay out hoping for a caution. And the leaders are all coming to pit road at this point. 5 getting on the brakes real hard. Have to see where we shuffle out here in just a minute as to who's leading and who's losing. Looks like the leaders came out in the lead, but I don't know for how much longer. Let's see if they can hold on to their position as they get back up to speed here, but it looks like that second group is catching them pretty quick. Looks like that second group's going to pass the other lead cars. Entire round of green flag pit stops here today. A little over a 42 lap green flag run here. If this stays green, you might just be looking at the class of the field here up front. Leaders have definitely separated themselves from everybody else. On board now with 32. We're coming off a 4 into the tri-oval. Looks like the 3 and the 5 are trying to make something happen on the high line. Who else did they have join them? Looks like the 1's behind the 5 as they try to move forward here. Coming to the line, 145 laps complete. Looks like the leaders are starting to split into two and start to fight this thing out as we get closer to the end here. Lap traffic down the backstretch. We'll see how that affects these two lines. 33 giving the 27 a heck of a push. Where's the lap traffic gonna go? He's gonna take the apron. .27 and the 32 duking it out, going down the backstretch. Who's going to make it to the corner first? Looks like the outside line is going to prevail for the second time today, as the 32 goes to the front with the 3 and the 5. Looks like they kind of left the 1 out to hang. And the 1's going to shuffle all the way to the back of this line. If he can find a spot, he'll try to tuck it in. Everybody looking for a way around. Looks like we're starting to close in on more lap traffic yet. Come out of 2 onto the backstretch. Oh, 28 down below the line, and he spins the 33. 33 keeps it off the wall. Looks like we're staying green for the time being. Oh, and the 33 gets collected. Looks like the 15 hit him on his way back onto the track. And that's going to bring out the caution. So with 50 laps to go, or almost 50 laps to go, we're under caution again. So what looked to be a runaway from the front pack now turns into a close race again. Looks like we might have a few takers down pit road. Probably, my guess, just fuel to be safe at this point. Most got maybe 10 laps on tires, and the tires, again, don't seem to wear as heavy at Daytona as they do at other places. Mainly the insides. The outsides, not so much. So you might see a couple of guys take 2 tires, but I don't expect to see 4 tires. Alright, we're stacked back up and gonna get ready to go racing here when the guys get back off of 4. Pace car ducks off, and we are back underway in the Daytona 500. 32 back out to the lead with what it looks like the 28 on his high side. like he's got some help. Looks like the 7 decided to join. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, and their dice are going down the back stretch. 36 to the lead. '28 side drafting back to the lead, and down to the bottom he goes. I expect we're going to see start to see some tight racing as we get closer here to the end. Now the 24 gets left alone on the high side, as well as the 19 and the 37. Looks like the bottom's going to stay in line, and we're going to stay green in this race. Only 3 to the outside, and I really don't think it's going to pay off right now. I think it's just best if you tuck in line, see if you can't get a run, maybe get some more people to join you later on, and see what happens. Seeing a little bit of jockeying going down the backstretch here. Everybody's still running in a line though. We got one down below the apron in the back, but it looks like he gathered it back up. Looks like the leaders may break away just a little bit. $157 laps completed at this point. Starting to see a few little groups forming as people start to split off from the main group. Looked like the 34 kind of got loose coming into through there. Not really sure what that was about. Maybe it has something to do with the track temp falling off. We're down to 77 degrees now, as the sun starts to set at Daytona. 32 up out of the groove. Trying to run high into 1 and 2. Oh, trouble in turn 2. 12 and the 32 get together. Don't see any other cars collected, but that looked like a hard hit. let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here. The 32's high, 12 starts to float, and then it looks like they just kind of come together and spin to the outside. Again, it doesn't look like anybody else is collected in that. Take a look from a different angle. Yeah, it looks like the 33 or 32 thought he was going to clear and just didn't clear fast enough, and they both get collected in the wall. Oh, and it looks like the 12's got some pretty good damage as he's kind of tracking funny going down the back stretch. So that'll tighten everything up here. 159 laps complete. And we're under caution again. Got a few people coming down onto pit road here. Should have one more lap to green here as we cross the stripe. We'll get this back underway. And it looks like there's been an accident with the 22 right there. Or maybe he's just stopping to let people clear him. lap 161. The pace car ducks off. Looks like the 22 is going to lead him to the line. And we are back underway. Looks like everybody's going to kind of abandon that outside line again, save for a few people as we get back to green flag racing here. On board with the 25. Now with the 26. Looks like that outside line is just not building momentum quite yet. Little bit of jockeying as we go down the back stretch. Nothing major yet. Looks like that outside line needs a few more cars if they're going to hope to make up on the front. Looks like the top three are starting to kind of break away from that pack, but the guys can stop shimmying back and forth. They might be able to collect it back up and bring those top three back in play. Looks like the one's hoping to pick up the 26 and start going for the front here. Or maybe he's hoping to just drop back a little bit and kind of stay out of the chaos and see what happens. "166 laps. We are still rolling green." "22 continues to lead as we're coming down off of 4. Looks like that outside line's finally got a run. See if they can make it work going through 1 and 2. But right now it's the 1 to the lead, followed by the 26. Whoa, and the 33's all the way to the bottom in the grass. He keeps it out of the racing line, but he's up into the wall. Doesn't seem to bring out the caution, and we stay green. like the leaders are going to start catching some lap traffic again soon. 14 off the pace and down low. Not sure if that was planned or what exactly is going on with the 14. Leader's coming around to lap the 12, who was involved in that last caution. I should put him about 2 laps down at this point. He'll stay out of the way so the leader's clear, and onward the leaders go. .170 laps complete now in the Daytona 500. Still got about 4 cars hoping that that outside line will get going, but you're going to need a little bit more with the power that lower pack's got. On board now with the 7. .24 with a good run coming off a 4. Can he grab the draft of the leaders just enough to pull him forward? Looks like we've got some guys finally starting to abandon that upper line. Down into 3 and 4 we go. Ooh, and the 36 disappears for a second there. Again, not one of those things you want to see in the middle of a E-race. That kind of thing can get terrifying really quick. Back down into the tri-oval again, and we're going to complete lap 174, I believe. Oh, 171 it looks like. On board now with the 10. Kind of insanely loud how loud these cars are at 5th gear on the inside. Ooh, 22 going up and down a little bit. Looks like people are starting to get antsy as we close in on 25 to go. Once you get to 25 to go, all gloves are off and almost nobody is your friend in this race. Oh, and it looks like another set of cars go around as we come into the tri-oval. Not sure who started that, but man, that's a wreck. We'll go back and take a look at it here. So it looks like the 6 coming off of 4 gets turned down into the 28 and the 25, and they go around, collect the 19. Take a look from the in car here. Or I'm sorry, the follow car of the 34. Luckily they had a big enough gap that a couple of these cars could get slowed up enough to stay out of harm's way. So that'll bring out the next caution. 25 to go here in the Great American Race. I suspect we'll have some guys come in for fuel and tires here just to get some fresh tires on for the last run. And at this point, you should be able to fill and make the rest of the race. Looks like the 18. Yeah, it looks like most everybody's going to peel off here. 12 car is going to be your lucky dog on this one. That was definitely a wild wreck. Looks like lap cars peeling off to fix damage and whatever else needs to happen there. And we'll get ready to go green flag racing when the pace car comes back on around. Looks like the 1 and the 10 leading to the line on this one. As we get ready to come down to 20 to go, I start to expect that we're going to start seeing some absolute craziness happen. Guys shuffling, people dumping people, multiple cautions. I could be wrong, though. We'll see what happens here. Track temps cooled off a couple more degrees here, so this may affect how some of these cars run. And we are back racing again. .22 laps to go in this race, and whoa, we've already got a wild one. 28 off to the inside. He collects it. But I think... Are we going to see a caution? It appears that way. It looks like the pace car's coming out. So the 28's just flying along, slides up in between people, kind of ping-pongs off a couple of cars, and causes a wreck after he was just involved in the last one. Take a look from a different angle here. On board with the 34. And he has no idea. He just gets spun to the inside. Ooh, that was a hard hit. Hopefully he's all right after that one. That was a hard lick. So we're going to bunch the field back up again. 19 should be your lucky dog on this caution, which will put him back on the lead lap. I don't see anybody headed down the pit lane this time, which as soon as we got going again, I'm not that surprised. So we'll get everybody double stacked here. Well, maybe one more lap to go before we get everybody double stacked. There goes your lucky dog. So when we come back to the line, we'll have one more to go before we go back green here. All right, one more to go. Next time by, we get to go green here. Alright, strap on your seatbelts, folks, because we're under 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500 and about to go green. Alright, the pace car is off. And the one brings us down to the start. And we are green. One out to a good jump with the 36 right behind him, tuck it in. Looks like a clean restart so far, unlike the last one. Looks like that lower line's gonna prevail early here. Not sure what the 7's doing, but looks like he hung the 26 out to dry possibly here. Now the top 6 cars are starting to break away. Excuse me, 7 cars, not 6. Some days I wonder if I can even count. Be 184 laps complete when we get to the stripe here. Still running clean as we duck down into 1 and 2. All single file. Well, look like the 3 kind of dipped that line there just a little bit. You want to be careful because you get just below that. Next thing you know, you're up into the wall. The 27's trying to go by himself there for a minute. We come onto the back stretch. Coming off a 3 and 4. Everybody's in a line. And we are under 15 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. Drivers should be starting to get antsy now as they try to figure out who they're staying with, who they're leaving behind, and who's going to move them forward. 26 with a good run around the 25, but I don't think he's going to have anywhere to go. Three wide through the tri-oval there for a second. 28 starting to shuffle his way back in. Still clean as we come down the backstretch. 10 sliding high. See if they can't get this upper row going a little bit. 5 pulling out in front of the 10. Looks like some people starting to dump that inside line to see if we can't get our way around to the front. And the 1 goes up to block. And now he's back to the bottom. Which lane do you go with? Top or bottom? Bottom or top? Oh, and the 28 sends the 26 to the bottom. And he's around and up into the wall. So it looks like the 1, the 7, the 26... the 30 maybe? Let's take another look at that. So the 28's behind and just shoves. He tries to save it. Oh, he collects the 18 as well. The 3's in it. On board with the 14 here. 14 checks up real hard, trying to just avoid it and not get collected, it looks like. Looks like he stayed pretty clean. Oh man, and the 7 just gets nailed in all of it. Well, obviously that's going to bunch everybody back up as the caution's back out. Car is going to be your lucky dog on this one as we get to the stripe, which should put him back on the lead lap. might see a few cars come to pit road just to get fuel and top off, especially if there's going to be possibly a green-white checker at the end of all this. Nine to go as we cross the line under caution here. We're going to get everybody stacked up and get ready to roll. Alright. 8 laps to go when we come to the stripe as the pace car is about to duck off. Here we go. Let's get ready for a wild 8 laps left. Number 5 takes the lead with a number 10 almost identically next to him. Whoa, the 5's up into the 10. The 10's around, takes out the 28, the 36, the 5, the 3, and the 26. And that's going to bring out our caution. Took out a good front pack of the leaders. And almost gets our lucky dog from the last one. So we'll tighten everything back up again. Didn't even make it back to the start-finish line after the restart. Looks like anybody that was in that crash is coming to pit road, obviously. Looks like the 27's going to be our lucky dog on this one. Which I think puts him back on the lead lap at this point. Alright, we're going to get everybody in order here so we can get this thing back rolling on the next lap around. Should have 5 to go when we come back to the restart. This looks like we're going to have the 24, the 18 lead us to the line with the 7, the 10, the 12, all on the lead lap. And here we go. Hopefully the last restart for the final time here. Looks like everybody's going to just duck in line right now with a 7 giving the 24 a big push. I'm surprised after the big accident to the 12 that he's even in contention right now. Looks like the 18 pulls off and out of the way. Top 3 are running away from the pack as we speak. on board with the 24 as he leads going down the backstretch. Two to go at the line, and the top three are checking out. Now with the top three out in front, does second and third have anything for the leader with nobody to help with the draft? Or will everybody behind him get a run? This should be the last lap unless something happens. They go down into 3 and 4. Oh, I misspoke. One more lap to go. I'm sorry. 12 trying to run around the outside by himself. But just doesn't have the steam to get it done. Or maybe he does. Oh no, he's all alone and the pack's caught him. Looks like the 10's going to go by him. 5 gives a big push there on the 12. Who's going to get it as we go to the stripe? 12 back up into third. 7 going to try and go around the 24. 7's into the wall. 24 into the wall. 12 around the outside. 12 wins it with the 5, and I cannot tell what that other number is. Looks like the 33 right behind him. What a wild finish. I'm shocked to see that the 12 came through and actually won the race, especially after going 2 laps down at one point. Let's take a ride with our leader for that last turn out into the finish.
This is the last lap of fuel.
Clear low if you need it. Inside, inside.
Come get me, Kobe.
Still there. Still there.
We're swinging out. We're going for the lead.
Still there. Still there.
All right, AJ, the next car is
Mother
done.
of God. I got to shove.
Get yourself, get yourself.
Come on, baby.
Still there, still there. Still
I
there.
got the 10
Clear
licked.
low.
I just need a run. They're into the wall.
Inside.
Holy
Clear.
shit, we won. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Great win. You deserve
Sometimes
that.
that's just how it goes at Daytona. Thanks everybody for joining. This was actually kind of fun. Thought I'd give this a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, if I can get some more people that want to do this, if we're all in the same race together, I think it'd be kind of fun to do. Biggest iRacing win of my career yet, to win the Daytona 500 in my first try. So that was pretty fun. Gonna try doing some more big races. But don't forget to check or click the subscribe button.